If I seem a little shy, it's for all the times that I hit my heart in the dark, like in old storybooks. The one that came and took the little girl away. You don't travel well.
And then the researcher comes back into the room and says, well, Alfonso, your HIV test came back preliminary positive. I thought you said you were using condoms. And in that second, child, one, it was like my whole life was just kind of crumbled from under me.
There's something that I noticed in this field over the past couple of years, that it seems like there's been a really huge shift. That the shift has come that people aren't prioritizing people with HIV as much as they used to. The main focus has become PrEP.
I felt naked, triggered, and reflective in trying to articulate what HIV taught me. HIV taught me to deny it and die, or accept it and live. But living didn't seem appealing anymore. I didn't think I could still be a dad or even a husband, and as I became used to my new reality, HIV, through its advocates, started to teach me about HIV. There's an undetectable, a you that equals you, and that I could still have little niños to teach how to shoot and drill and walk in heels and treat people right. I can still have that.
The Department of Public Health is committed to being able to work to end the HIV epidemic in Georgia. And we can't do this alone. It requires the work of all of our partners, whether they're governmental or non-governmental or community-based partners, even down to individuals. We are very fortunate now that we have tools to be able to end the HIV epidemic.
The CDC has put out data stating that, we can get at least 94% of persons who are living with HIV to be undetectable, then we can actually end the HIV epidemic by 2030.
And focusing on all aspects of wellness, including physical, mental, emotional, and social well-being. And recognizing that wellness is an ongoing pursuit of activities and choices that lead us to health and well-being.
I think today's symposium was an important thing because we hear too often about the negatives about living with HIV. And we hear too often the stories of people who are challenged to get into care. And I think it's so important to have people whose lived experiences, who have worked for themselves and figured out a way to get into care and to get help, to share that story with others. It's one thing to hear people like me tell statistics or to talk about programs, but the thing that's really important is to have people helping each other get to where they need to be to live healthy and happy lives.
How often he has put so much energy into the community itself.
Walgreens partners with many AIDS service organizations and different community partners here in Atlanta. We offer free testing. We'll provide our pharmacies the organization to come in and do HIV testing, especially on National HIV Testing Day. We also partners with them when they're supporting their symposiums, different conferences that they have throughout the year. We're always looking to do whatever we can to be a better partner.
1 in 8 people living with HIV don't know that they're living with HIV. Approximately 13% of people living with HIV have no clue because they don't want to get tested, because they feel like they're going to be criminalized. There's no pill to rebuild will, guys. The meds could cure HIV. There would still be, according to this math, there would still be 3,000 people who are left living with HIV. I'm not okay with that.
So to have that type of support that is readily accessible, I think holds a lot of promise, and that's really what we're going to try to do. And we know that these types of technologies might help us have a meaningful impact on some of the other structural barriers impedes people's access to develop the best care that they have.
Particularly the newer medications that we didn't think had much side effects, integrase inhibitors, dolutegravir, bictegravir, that's how we treat everybody. They're causing weight gain in everybody, and 30% of that weight gain is this hard belly fat.
Intake specialist of that, and then at that point they would probably be able to tell you about other services or programs that you can apply for, such as ADAP, that can help you with insurance and getting your medication and things of that nature.
Create healthy boundaries. Again, boundaries are important, even in relationships with other people. So you build boundaries for yourself, you transport that to the relationships you have. Positive self-esteem is really, again, at the heart of self-love.
Avita is always giving back to our communities. We want those clients to feel comfortable, and we want to do all that we can to help those clients. We help to erase the stigma of HIV. We offer financial support both through the pharmaceutical manufacturers as well as the medical foundations to get those medications covered at a cost that people can afford.
So what we're working on right now at CDC is really centering community engagement for the Division of HIV Prevention for a couple of reasons. Because it helps us build trust, support, and continue the dialogue with our activities with our community partners. It is critical for us to speak. It is critical for us to listen, but it is also critical for us to turn back to the community and say, we heard, and this is how we move. So at the Division of HIV Prevention, we're really proud that we're increasing our community engagement and also increasing opportunities for community-based organizations to be funded and supported so that they can reach deeper into the community and address the injustices that hinder our goals of ending not only the HIV epidemic, but many others like COVID.
If you're already in a community that has high STD rates, it's more likely you're going to engage in sexual activity with someone who has STD. And so we want to make sure that people talk, test, and get treated to reduce the spread of STDs.
Whatever your life is worth to you and how that presents to you in a loving way, we want to aid and support you.
We start to address not just one specific component of you, we want to make sure that we're addressing the whole component of who you are.
This was amazing, and I just want to thank you guys for giving us tangible nuggets we can actually go back and implement.